Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today in this Unimportant review, we have the Super 7 Ultimate Mars Attacks action figure.
You know, I just asked him earlier, why did he get this?
Well, I really liked the movie.
No.
Growing up, we had the cards, which I always thought was kind of cool. That, and also growing up... And I also had, like, growing up, I had all the Treadmaster Mars Attacks figures.
Did you really?
I still have one. I have one in the box. I have the big Commander. He's kind of hiding behind things.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I've been kind of wanting to get more of them, but you never see
Good luck with that.
Mars Attacks figures in the packaging around here.
That's why I said even getting this was kind of neat.
Yeah, and there's like more companies doing this. There's another company that's making action figures actually like based off the cards. But decided to go with Super 7 because I've had some of their stuff previously and been relatively happy with the figures. So I figure I'd give them a shot with this one here. There's also a battle damage version of this one too, with like the part of its head brain sticking out. Also, you'll notice right there one big problem with this figure. Trying to show that piece. But with these videos, they are unedited and go up on our Patreon in advance. If you guys would like to help support the channel and see these videos early, usually go up at least a day, if not more.
Steve's like, I forget sometimes. It's okay.
Follow the link in the description. Well, usually I'll put them up like as when I get like I'll do them in chunks. So I'll put up like 3 videos at one time and then just kind of periodically put them out on YouTube. And then we'll get to the next batch, put those up, yada yada yada. But anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, it's very yellow. You get the alien on the bottom here with the nice red eyes and whatever pro poker thing that is.
Kind of reminds me of that old poster that they had at the Mammoth video of that.
Kinda. You can see the spaceships on the side here, raining death on everything. On the back here shows the card for Let the Invasion Begin. I like too that it's just like the mouth is like fusing in the way it appears. You also get the description here. Collect them all. Like I mentioned, there's only one other one at the moment. But hopefully we'll maybe get some more Mars Attacks figures here.
No, I appreciate Super 7 for doing odd figures like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, again, I almost kind of have the same like Godzilla problem where I like that they did this one, but I also would like to see them do like the action figure ones.
Touche, touche.
I think would be cool. But unlike Godzilla, there isn't really much Mars Attacks competition out there. So I'm glad that they did this, but I think because they do the turtles and what have you. God, I cannot get these hands out.
Well, I mean, they all look the same, Steve.
I just want to show them off. I'm not going to put them all in because these unimportant reviews, we don't usually go super into it, but I would like to show you everything. This tape is on there. Just give me the smacky hands. Give me the smacky hands. 1 smacky hand, 2 smacky hand. Because also, more than likely, I'm probably going to throw out this box when we're all said and done.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that guy needs to be in a box, Steve.
But why? You get extra hands.
Yeah, you do, but I feel like you're going to break it.
Got the green on there with the metallic for the fingers, but you get smacky hands. Get some gripping hands and trigger hands for the guns. Get a pointing hand, so you can have them pointing going, ack! And a pair of clenched fists. You'll see I already got the other gripping hand and trigger hand on the actual figure here, holding his gun. Which, if I can get that off real quick. I think this was a bit of a pain in the butt to get on. Also,
You can do it!
One concern I have, it's already kind of showing too. Well, I'll admit, this figure's got a couple of problems. But you do get the gun here, which looks good. It's got the black airbrushing for the tip here to kind of make it look like it's been used. I like that this shifts the handle here. So depending on the positioning you need it to be, it does give you a lot more range of motion, which I think is cool. That and the paint job on it is really solid with the metallic silvers and the blues.
It's really good details. I like it.
You also get the little handgun that goes in the holster here. It's also painted very nicely with the metallic silvers and the blues. Very old-fashioned alien blaster looking.
That's the whole point, Steve.
Also, on the belt here, you get this little tube that goes into the bottom here. For the life of me, I cannot get this into the tube. I haven't tried heating it up yet, but for the sake of these videos, I like to kind of show off some parts. Like if it's, you think it would just go in there, but it's going to require heat. I'd like to show that off beforehand. It's not like Godzilla tails or whatnot where you're kind of expected to heat those up. With this, I think the problem is it has excess paint on the tip here. No, it's all painted silver. So that gives it some added thickness, which makes it not want to go into the hole.
Even trying to warm that up would be a little risky because it's so thin on both ends.
Yeah. So it does have that issue, but when you get it attached, it would be like that.
I do like this gun though, Steve. This is kind of neat.
Yeah, the gun's pretty dope. It also comes with the little dome here, which
is yours.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong because I feel like this should just kind of.
Or is that just yours? That's.
Because it's pretty circular.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
You can get it to pop in, which does get it to stay in there very nicely, and then you get your alien.
Okay, never mind. I'll take that back. Looks better now.
With the canisters on the back, nice red. Silver with the tubes going to the front here. But one negative, it is kind of a tight fit over the head, so I kind of worry about scuffing the paint on the side here eventually. You have to kind of work it.
You're definitely going to damage if you keep taking it on and
over
off.
The brain here. And then also, he does have an articulated jaw. I'm going to grab one of the flat hands that kind of show this.
I hope so, just because that box has an open mouth, so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to utilize. Like, I almost kind of wish they had a joint for the neck so you can move the base of the neck and the head. But you only get that piece there. So you can get it to open, but it's like, that's it. Like, you can't really get them going rear or back. And then the other problem is when you put the dome on, it forces the head forward, so the mouth is always going to be closed.
Sad day.
Like, I can maybe beat it into tap the helmet, and then the mouth kind of opens.
Yeah. There you go.
But the way it pushes down, it's one of those, like, it's posable, but is it really? And then the other issue I have too is his legs are super duper loose, which can be tightened up with a little bit of floor polish inside of the joint there and just working in and let it dry. But just straight up out of the package, he has a hard time kind of holding himself upright. But I will say, it does, like, the legs can kind of hold a position, but because they're kind of, it's like old-fashioned NECA joints, where it's like the disc on the inside of there, it's just a little bit loose when you have the entire weight of the top. The legs themselves can kind of hold a position. But other than that, nothing too crazy.
Ooh, yeah, when you pull them down like that, you can tell.
Also, one thing that's kind of cool, too, is the body actually has a bit of a metallic shine to it. Where it's like that tealish color, but it's got a little bit of metallic in there. Just to make it a little bit more reflective, you get some more gunmetal on the side here, the metallic green on the armbands. It's got the yellowish green for the boots. Silver on the bottom with some copyright information. Then for its articulation, arms can go up and down, fairly solid. Rotates all the way around. Rotation at the top of the bicep. You get single jointed elbow. Hand can rotate and hinge forward and back. Legs can go. One leg can go totally vertical sideways. The other one, because of the holster, you can't really get out too far. But you do get solid forward, not too much of the back because of the booty. Single jointed knee. Foot's on a hinge, so it goes forward and back. You can rotate it side to side. You also notice it doesn't show up on here too well anymore, but when I originally got this, this was covered in paint. You can see a little bit kind of hanging out over top of there. So I do have to scrape a bit of the paint off.
You think they would paint it and then assemble it instead of assemble it and then paint it?
Yeah, you can see it on the back here. You can see some of the leftover paint kind of shifting around a little bit. So I do, yeah, right there. That foot in particular has the paint still relatively intact. So I do recommend when you get it in just to kind of scrape the paint off there on the joint there. But other than that, I think that's the only real extra work I had to do. And then for the head, can go a little bit side to side, not too much forward and back. So you only get
like a jaw. It's limited.
Yeah, it's super limited. And which I think the neck, if that would have been a ball joint there, would have gave you a lot more range of motion. Because then you'd be able to get the head. Because the one thing I want to do is like have the head rear and back, and he's like, heh, 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 heh. And I can't do that. Like he's always just going to be looking forward and straight. Oh, which I'm just now noticing. I got some paint on the inside of there.
Is that from you or from them?
I don't know, but there's a little bit here and there. Yeah. So, overall, solid figure. For me, I almost feel like as a package with the box, I almost kind of recommend keeping this one in the box.
I would, honestly. But then, like, not to be negative, I like Super 7, but, like, the only Super 7 figure I have, mine's in a box.
Yeah. Like, I think just as a total package, it's kind of just better to be displayed in the package. That, it's not like there's other things to really do with it.
Yeah.
Like, outside of if you army built some of the aliens, or plan on making dioramas, then that kind of merits having it out of the package a little bit more. But just the way it currently is, I think just the entire setup, it just kind of works for me a little bit better in that regard. It's not quite like the Godzillas.
Yeah.
Per se. Trying to think. Because even the turtle stuff, I still would say would be better out of the package just because they go along with each other. There's just more characters to do things with. This guy's just kind of, he's here.
No, if you had like a couple other figures that could go with it, maybe take them out. But as of right now, it's just him.
Yeah, and I think for the posability, it's not like you could have him standing there holding the gun like I did originally.
Yeah.
Well, he's posable. He's not there's just not that much variety to still really do with it.
While Steve's talking, I want to look at this figure.
But if you guys like to pick up this figure after the review, link in the description for Entertainment Earth. Help support the channel and get yourself a pretty okay action figure. Like I said, it's one of those, I'm not blown away by it, but I'm not like relatively disappointed either.
But it's like, I'm a fan, and like, I would appreciate this. Like, even me, myself, I love this movie. I wouldn't mind one of these, actually.
Yeah, he's like fine, but
yeah,
he's just fine enough to just kind of have and just display with some other alien figures.
Wait, how much is he?
$50.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I think with what I get here, it could have been a little more cheaper in the realm of like normal NECA prices.
Yeah.
There's not enough here, and same with the engineering, to really merit the extra price tag for me. So it does, I would say, would be the biggest negative. I think you could probably wait till this goes on sale.
It will eventually, yeah.
Yeah. Not like clearance, but like a solid markdown, like the 30-ish range. Like 30, 40, I think would be a bit more acceptable for me. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like you build the day with channel, donate greatly, would appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.